I'm Olivia Bailey, and if you are seeing me right now, you're probably watching EHC-TV on Comcast Cable. However, you might be listening to WEHC 90.7, and it might be halftime show of the basketball game. Whether you're seeing or hearing me right now, I'm glad you're tuned in. My guest today is Samantha Lucado. She is president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Thank you for being on the set.
Thanks for having me.
Now, SAAC, which is the abbreviation or acronym, I guess, that it goes by, what does SAAC do here on campus?
Well, we're really a student-led organization. We try to bridge the gap between the faculty and staff and the student-athlete population since we are such a big presence here on the campus.
And what kind of athletics do you work with? Do you work with every sports team?
Yes, in our organization we have at least 2 members from every sporting team to make sure that everyone is fully accounted for and their opinions matter.
And what kind of things do these representatives do? Do you have meetings? What type of things?
We meet once every 3 weeks, and we do a lot of community service. Here recently we did a canned food drive where we donated over 300 pounds of food to Feeding America just to help out in the community and make sure they know that we're here and we're ready to help whenever they need us.
And what other kinds of events? I know that you guys are pretty active in the community service, like you said. What other kinds of things are you guys involved in?
Well, on December 7th, we did actually a Special Olympics fundraiser where we raised $200 for local Special Olympics. We sold T-shirts. We also plan to do a little more Special Olympics fundraising. That's really a main focus of the ODAC this year is Special Olympics, and we plan on doing a community yard sale sometime in April, and all of those proceeds will go to Special Olympics.
And how do you find these projects? Are they recommended to you? Do you guys go out and search for them as representatives? How do those kind of fall in your lap?
Some of them come from the ODAC. Their big project this year was Special Olympics. But I also come by a lot of these just working with other organizations like Blue Key. They're heading up Relay for Life as they do every year. So we'll be participating in that also. But Special Olympics really came about through the ODAC.
And your involvement in SAAC, you're now president. How did you get involved in this organization?
I've actually been the president since my freshman year, so this is my 4th year as president. It was kind of in disarray when I first came here, and it's a great organization, and I really do. I've been involved in a lot of community service, so I thought it was a great opportunity for myself to get involved and meet a lot of new people.
And now that you're leaving, you're a senior this year, and you've led this organization for 4 years. How do you look for that transition to be after you leave this semester?
Well, Ross Ellis, my vice president right now, he is staying another year, so I have high hopes that he's been working with me for about 3 years now, so he really has a good grasp on how to organize things. So I think the transition will go very smoothly. We actually have a new faculty advisor, Rose Katz, and she's great. She's a big presence there, so she's definitely going to help the transition go smoothly.
And now students or athletes who want to get involved with this, what are some of the steps that they might take to get involved with SAAC?
Any athlete I actually recommend all athletes who are interested to contact their coach and just find out when a meeting is. We welcome all people who want to participate.
Absolutely. And we're going to go kind of into your experiences here. You're a volleyball player here.
I am.
Had some career strides this year. Can you kind of explain your experience with volleyball and coming out of it now, what that team's meant to you here at Emory?
The volleyball team has been my family since I've been here. I've had a wonderful time with the volleyball team. We are really a big family, and not just on the court but off the court. We help each other. Even the underclassmen, we want to tutor them, we want to help them, and it's been great. I couldn't imagine Emory without my volleyball team. It's my home away from home.
And you received a new coach this year. Coach Klotfelter came in. He was on our show earlier last semester. Some of the transitions in that team, what do you expect to see out of them this year?
Big things are coming for them. After Cassie left, Coach McKella, we were all really sad, but we were very hopeful. We didn't have a lot of recruits come in, and he was able to bring in a lot this upcoming year, and I think that they're going to do great. I mean, he's a very solid coach, and he's very knowledgeable, so I feel like they're going to go really high in the conference next year.
And you've had this experience with volleyball, with SAAC, with all these opportunities, and you're finishing up here at Emory and Henry. What are some of your goals within the next couple of months?
Well, I'm a political science environmental studies major, so I do plan on working in Washington on political campaigns for a while, really getting my footing there, getting adjusted to that, and then I plan on going to law school.
And Washington is a big goal. Not a lot of people really dream, they may be in political science, but not really have those big aspirations. What's your motivation for that?
I've worked with Senator Warner, and I've worked a little bit with Morgan Griffith, and I wanna make a difference, and even if I have to work at a think tank, which a lot of people don't know what that is, but they do a lot of research, I'm pretty well versed in that, and Emory's helped me get there. I've done a lot of work just on research here, and I have great connects now because of Emory, so my aspirations are high.
And you mentioned something called a think tank. Can you describe that a little bit? What is that?
A think tank is an organization. It's a group of people probably right out of college or right out of their masters that do just research for political campaigns and political organizations to really research laws that are in place that people want to change, and just social movements that maybe people need to, or campaign managers need to really touch on.
And you mentioned some big names there, Warner, Morgan Griffith, who's actually an Emory Henry alum. What are some of the things that you did with them, and how has that helped you within your experiences out of Washington, I guess?
When I worked for Senator Warner, I did a lot of his campaign managing. There was this thing called Warner on Your Corner, and I did the planning for that in the Southwest Virginia area. I just organized places for constituents to meet some of Senator Warner's full-time staff and talk about concerns they were having and see if they could help in any way possible. So I've done a lot of that. I've answered a lot of phone calls and researched a lot of bills that were going on at that time, and it was difficult, but it really has prepared me a lot for a lot of the political aspects of what I want to do with my life.
So several opportunities here. What is one of those passions that's most important to you?
I just want to change things. I want to make a difference, and I think that's what everyone goes into politics, wanting to make a difference. I'm a big hippie at heart, I guess, so I know a lot about environmental stuff, so that's why I really want to go into environmental law at some point, but I'd like to get my footing in politics first.
Well, I think your experience with SAAC and the organization there, and as far as what you bring to the table from past experiences, I think that'll really help you in life. And we want to thank you for everything that you and SAAC do and wish you well. You have an event coming up. Can you talk briefly about that?
Sure. February 7th at 7 p.m. we're doing a Play for K Day. That's a memorial basketball game for breast cancer awareness. We'll be giving out a free iPod along with gift certificates to Pop Ellis's and Milano's and some other gifts. And we're raising money for breast cancer awareness in honor of Kay, the NC State former basketball coach.
And we want to thank you for that and everything that you do. Thank you for being on the set today.
Thanks for having me.
You've been listening to the sports interview from Emory and Henry Reports on EHC-TV. You can find us on Comcast Cable Channels 70 and 95 on Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7. A replay of Emory and Henry basketball games follows this program. Thanks for joining me, Olivia Bailey, for this sports interview.